40% of the build on the end if you keep doing the 40% of the beginning of the prospecting. Because people don't look at what you say, they're gonna watch what you do. So in order to build more, you gotta do more on the 40%. So I'm saying, even if you're decent at closing, like you're decent, I get you decent, you could still build a freaking amazing business if you ask a lot of people and you build a lot of people. You guys are in the best position in the world because all you gotta do is talk to a lot of people and launch them fast. Let me say that one more time. You can't sign up people in this business. You gotta talk to a lot of people and you gotta launch them fast. You gotta get into the third tier, which is the 40% fast. If you sign up people, they're done. If you wait for that person to start doing their license 6.5 weeks down the road, boom, they're done. They left the campfire. Now I'm gonna tell you guys this. Professionals recruit and sign up people. World-class people, the elite, they launch people inside of the business. They don't let the recruit dictate the pace of the calendar. You're the leader. The reason why they chose you as a leader is saying, hopefully this person can lead me better than I can lead myself. So when we bring somebody into the business, we don't sign them up, we launch them. We dictate the campfire. Because if they get signed up inside of the business, and then it takes them 4.5 weeks to even start doing their tests or start learning the systems, they've taken a piss away from the woods 3 miles down. They're never gonna come back to the campfire. They're cold. That world out there is not selling your guys' business back here. When somebody doesn't do work inside of the business for 1 day, 24-hour rule. Hey, Jade, yeah, what's up? Oh, I'm good, Daniel. How you doing, Jade? I'm scared. Why? Are you okay? Jade, it's been 24 hours. What do you mean? I haven't heard a text message. I haven't seen a deal closed. I haven't seen a problem. I haven't seen a good morning in 24 hours. You're about to take a piss far away from the woods, and you're about to never find us and come back here. Come back here, it's warm. You stay beside the campfire. We keep warm beside the campfire. Don't go out there. And you know what we do sometimes? We waste so much of our time prospecting and recruiting somebody, and it takes so much time to get that person into launch mode, and they lose the fire because we ask them, hey, when are you available to get on your first launch call to start the meeting so we can start? You ask them. No, it's, hey, Jenna, by the way, I'm so excited you partnered up with us today. What are you doing tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern? You clear the agenda just like you cleared the agenda for prospecting. You clear the calendar, 3 p.m. Eastern. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump on a quick 15-minute call. I'm gonna give you the next 5-minute steps. I'm gonna launch you. I'm gonna onboard you. I'm gonna show you exactly what we have to do 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. If you don't dictate the pace of the calendar, they dictate the pace of the calendar. When I sign somebody up, it's dangerous. Why? Because I wasted so much time on the lead that if that lead doesn't get nurtured, that individual doesn't get nurtured and doesn't get launched, it's done. That's the way I see it. You know, I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story and then I'm gonna move on with this. I'm doing an event 2 months ago and there was about maybe 6,000, 7,000 people. I think we were in Budapest. So I come off of stage, I'm doing this event and I'm talking to a gentleman backstage and you know, I know who he is, he knows who I am, but this guy's a legend inside the network marketing industry, built all around Europe. I said, dude, man, you know, congratulations on all your success. I said, we started talking about one of his old companies. He left one company to go to another company. And I said, okay, so you had 10,000 active people in your old company. How many people jumped to your new company? He said 16 people. I said, what? He said, yeah, 16 people. I got thrown under the fire. People did some bad things. He's like, so 16 people joined me. 16 people. I said, but what the heck did you do to become a millionaire again in your company in the next 6 months? Because I know the story. He said, it's a good thing you asked. I said, he's like, yeah, 16 people. The other 9,800 people joined, 9,900 people joined somebody else. He's like, but it's okay because he's like, I recruited 2,400 people in 72 hours. I said, what do you mean? Oh, by the way, guys, there was no Facebook at that time. There was maybe Facebook. There was no Instagram at that. So what do you mean you recruited 2,400 people in 48 hours? He's like, yeah. Or 72 hours. He's like, yeah, I didn't sleep for 72 hours. I got 2 hours of sleep a night. He's like, I built up the whole company in 72 hours. I have a friend sitting beside me during this meeting. Sean may know this. I have his friend, and the guy's like, oh, he's looking at me with these eyes, like rolling his eyes. And you know what I said to myself in my head? I'm like, dude, even if this guy's lying by 90%, recruiting 240 people in 72 hours, that's good, right? So I'm like, I need to know what the heck's this guy doing, right? So he just starts going. He's like, so I had these 16 people, right? Let me tell you, I had these 16 people. And he's like, I got these 16 people on the call. I told him the game plan. I said, guys, this is what we're gonna do in the next hour. I want everybody to get out there and we're gonna play the game of doubles. He's like, I got everybody out there. We got 50 people on a call in the next hour, 50 people on a call. He's like, I went through the vision with them. I went through the roadmap with them. I went through the compensation plan with them. I said, guys, we're gonna launch you. Nobody signs up inside of my organization. He's like, I figured out a way to get those 50 people to 150 people on a call. I got the 150 people to 350 people, 350 people. He said 900 people. My wife told me I had to sleep for 2 hours, went to bed for 2 hours. He's like, next morning I woke up, I doubled. Next thing you know it, boom, 2,400 people in 72 hours. I said, wow, that easy. Yeah. He said, you want to know why, Daniel? Most people have the fear of a person signing up. He's like, I had no barriers with people signing up. He's like, it's just how long is it going to take to commit inside of your mind that you're going to make a decision to make an organization within 30 days? It's like it doesn't take people. And that's why I always say the line that it doesn't take people 10 years to build a business. It takes people 10 years to do what that guy did. To be like, why not? It just takes people 10 years to say, you know what? I'm going to recruit 2 people a day inside of my business. That's it. Like you guys call it leveraging the team. Yeah. And by the way, I'm going to tell you guys one more thing. You don't have to even believe in yourself, because I know this message says believe in yourself more. I shouldn't be telling you this, but you've already done it. People here have already recruited 1 person in 1 day. My question is this: why haven't you repeated it for 30 days? Why is your goal not 30 recruits a month when you've already figured out 1 in 1 day? Why, if you recruited 2 people in 1 day inside of this organization or sold 2 people, how is your new goal not 60? That's something to think about after this call. If you don't 10x your goal, you don't double your goal. You take your best day or your best week and you repeat it again. If you did it once, you could do it again inside of your business. The problem is most people can never outperform what they think they can become inside of the future. So their actions reflected today. So you will have the best day of your life and close 3 policies right now, and you will still somehow let your mentor keep your goal at 20 policies towards the end of the month. Are you crazy? You just figured out 3 in 1 day. Your new standard is 90. It's not 20. That doesn't become an anomaly. That becomes the common denominator every single day. Whatever we got to do to make that common, we're going to do. I don't take goals and double them. I don't triple them. I don't 10x them. That we take our best day and we repeat it by 30. We take our best month and we repeat it by 12. The problem is when you don't feel like your self-worth is worth a 90-person month, the next day you won't go recruit 3 again, because you can never outperform what you feel like you're worth in the future. Some of you guys don't have a recruiting problem. You have a worth problem where you don't feel like you're worth 90 recruits in 1 month. So you'll recruit 2 people in 1 day, but you won't do it again the next. You'll recruit 5 people in a day. You'll sell 5 policies maybe in 1 day, but you won't make the goal 150. Why? I'm just asking. By the way, I don't play for likes. I'm playing for reality right now. How is the goal still 13 people towards the end of the month when you figured out how to do 3 people in 1 day? That guy had no, I'm not worth 2,400 people. Like he wasn't guilty for success. And I say most people never become successful because they feel like they should be guilty and they're not worth a 90-person business. Well, why that person, not me? I'm just asking. The point of business is to say, whenever I feel like I'm worth inside of the future, my habits reflected today. My actions reflected today. Guys, it's December 9th. I'm on a business call right now. I'm training everybody right now. I'll tell you why. I want more inside of my future, so my actions reflected today. Whatever you do today is a complete reflection to people of where you think you're headed tomorrow, not your words. So if you don't go recruit today, you just told yourself you don't care about your business in the next 30 days. It's not what you say about your business. So I tell people, I say, hey, whatever you do today is a complete reflection of what you think you're going to become tomorrow. The way you invest your money today is a reflection of where you think you're going to be. If you have a $20,000 month inside of your business and you don't go repeat it next month and more, you don't feel like you're worth a $250,000 business. Because if you went to go spend on Gucci, Louis, and Prada and not back inside of your business, the way you even invest your money is a reflection of where you feel like you're headed inside of the future. Also, the way, yes, you take sales actions, etc. So just a point of goal setting, take your best day, repeat it by 30. Just a quick little tip, right? Just take your best day, repeat it by 30. Don't let nobody dim your light, okay? Smile in your mentor's face. If your mentor gives you a goal of how many policies and what you should sell, smile and be like, thank you so much. But in your mind, you should be like, weak goal. But smile. So you still have a relationship with them. But in your mind, you say, weak goal. I just sold 3 policies in one day, right? All right. Somebody says, but I don't know people. Oh, no, that's fine. You don't need to know people. In this game, it's fine. If you don't know people, you're better off. You don't want to know people. The people that you know are the hard ones. You don't want to know the people. Yeah, the people that you know sometimes have the biggest judgment against you. You don't need to know. It's better that you don't know people. It's better that you don't know. Because see, if I went off that, everybody would have been like, I'm not talking to this guy. This guy was a DJ and a soccer player. We don't talk to this guy. He doesn't have, no. We don't talk to him about sales. I want to talk to everybody that doesn't know me. Because I wasn't that clean in my business in the beginning. I had a bad past. Okay? So like, I want to make sure that nobody knows me. Because I start off, the beautiful thing about this team is that you are on the same playing field with Eric and Sean. You might not think that, but let me tell you something. When Eric goes in the marketplace or Sean goes in the marketplace, nobody knows their rank. And it doesn't matter what you're rocking, what shirt, what ring. They don't know what the heck it is. Only you guys do in your community. They get a prospect with the same posture that you do. You are on the exact same equal playing field, even if somebody started the business 3 years ago. You're on the exact same play field with them. It's all a reset game. Nobody knows your rank. You got to show up and do what Daniel G did with no rank. It's my first day inside of the business. You know when I gave Sarah the high five that was, serving me the Venti Cafe Macchiato double shot vanilla espresso, and I gave her the high five? What the heck do you do for a living? Hey, by the way, your patience, I get to do that, not a rank. You know why? I prospect as if my rank is already the top director rank inside of the business. I don't prospect like where I'm at today. If I prospect over my own bank account, I'm never recruiting somebody. I only prospect people based on my rank in the next 10 months. I don't prospect people with the posture of my bank account today. And why? Because I know that I'll stop selling people that are above me because I'm looking at my bank account, and the only way to get wealthy is to sell everybody. Let me say it again. I sell based on where I'm headed in the next 12 months, my bank account, not where I'm headed today. You never recruit people based on your own financial situation. Let me say it one more time. Just because you have $13.75 in your bank account, I'm going to tell you guys, the only way to get wealthy is to sell other wealthy people, to sell the people above you. So when you're like, oh, but I'm only at $13.75 in your bank account. Yeah, but good. They don't know about the insurance space. They don't know about the financial industry space and the financial products. That's your job. They don't know your rank. They don't know nothing. They only judge you based on how you talk about it. They don't know your bank account. That's the beautiful thing about sales. It's hidden. You don't walk around with a sign on your head saying, you know what? This is my rank. Beautiful sport of it. All right. So number one, remember the numbers inside of the business. 40, 20, 40. What's the 20%? 20% is closing. That's dealing with, I'm going to show you for a second. I don't have the time to do something like this. I don't have the money to spend right now. I need to speak to my husband because my husband makes decisions on something like this. Can you send me over an email just with a little bit of information? It's the holidays right now. Let's revisit after the holidays. Okay, like a broken record. Imagine I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and they told us to study something called French. That's a language, but I'm born and raised in Toronto, Canada. They told us to speak French. And guess what? We studied it. Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes? Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes? Like, we know how to say, can I go to the washroom? Can I get a... And I tell people, you're not going to study 5 objections and it can make you a millionaire inside of sales, or it can get you to 6 figures inside of sales, and you won't still study this. And you would study French. You would study algebra, chemistry, and engineering. And I'm telling you, this is how you recruit people. This is how you're going to close people. This is how you're going to follow up with people. And this is how you're going to launch people. And we still don't do it. We still wing it. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't have time. I need to think about it. I need to do a little bit of research. This is one of those pyramid things. I don't think I'll be good at something like this. I need to speak to my husband. Can you send me over some email? I don't want to make a decision this quick. We get a little bit, busy throughout the holidays. Something like this didn't work out for one of my friends. I don't think I'll be good at selling finances. I'm already stuck inside of a current job. I don't want to pay nothing. I don't want to pay to join. Can I pay after I join? Like, it's just like 15 to 20 different objections. It's like a broken record every single time they do it. All I'm saying is if you can learn how to deal with all of these, sales becomes so easy. Because it's not what you say about your product. It's what you say when somebody says no to your product, and that's what makes you money inside of sales. It's never what you say about your product. It's only what you say after somebody says no to your product that makes you the commissions inside of this business, right? So it's like, if somebody says, can you send me over an email? I just need some time to think about it. You ready for it? Give them the door. Step number one. Watch this. I'm going to give them the door. Jenna, yes. Hey, completely understand that you need to think about it. How long do you need to think about it? Watch this, team. Don't trap them in jail. Step number one. Hey, Jenna, how long? Completely understand it. Take your time to think about it. Jenna, what do you need, like a minute? Do you need like a month? Do you need like a year? What's step number one? Write it down for me in the chat. Step number one, sell the exit, sell the exit, sell the exit, sell the... Before that. All right, step number one. You ready for it? I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. And it ain't because it's my birthday. Boom! You sell the smile first. Why? Because the smile says I'm good regardless. And it'll... See, the smile in the body says more than the words. Yeah, don't even worry about it. It's fine. Take your time. Hey, if it takes you a freaking year, take a freaking year. Why? Because this shows you're guilty. Yeah, but what do you mean? That's the whole point of you making money. The smile shows you could take the exit without me even telling you got the exit. See, my mom was a horrible driver, okay? And I used to grow up driving with my mom because she used to take me to the soccer field every single day after school. She was horrible. She was one of those drivers that used to drive up to the steering wheel like this. And it used to be like, Mom. And she used to cut off people and not even look at the blind spots. One of those drivers, right? She used to, still to today, right? And I'm just always on the wheel, like at 10 years old, pulling the wheel for my mother, right? Like, Mom, you didn't see that person? And people would honk at us. Brr. So they would pull up to a light. And at that light, you know they want to jump out of their car and just snap, you know, and like fight, and they're pissed off. And all you see, my mom turns to the left of her and she says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she would give a smile. I'm so sorry. And the person would be like, it's okay. And they would smile back. How do you get mad at somebody that's smiling at you and apologizing? Impossible. I said, man, my mom's good at dealing with objections. I said, so many people miss out on this because your body shows more than your tone. Your tone shows more than your words. So it's first body, tone, words. So the expression is always going to show more. Like, why don't we just give them the exit with our face first? Yeah, don't even worry about it. See, you're chill. You want to know what great salespeople do? They're lambs. They're like, yeah, don't worry about it. They're like a lamb. You could be around the lamb forever. They're not a lion. I'm in lion mode right now. I'm training. This is lion mode. But when you're in sales mode, you're like a lamb. Everybody can be around the lamb. Nobody can be around the lion. The lamb is, yeah, take your time, Jenna. It's fine. Hey, how long do you need? Do you need like a minute? You want me to call you back in a minute? No, I'm just joking with you. What do you want about it like a week? Yeah, just give me a week. Jenna, take 2. Let's take 2 weeks. Give them the exit even more. I'm saying, take 2 weeks. It's okay. Don't even worry about it. Jenna, in the meantime, I got to get, I had to get to my next appointment like 15 minutes ago. Hey, Jenna, I want to support you through an email with my company on something that you still might be a little bit on the fence about. I do this every single day. I'm an account manager and a director for my business. Can I ask you a question, Jenna? Yes, just before I let you go. What can I send you over in an email that you were still a little bit skeptical about today? You know, that way I could put inside of an email. So whenever you are ready to do the business, you don't join in obscurity, or whenever you are ready to buy any of our products, you have the confidence to do with us that you didn't have the confidence today. Was it a little bit more about, you know, the investment side and the return on investment? Was it a little bit about, you know, the work you're going to have to put in, or the time frame it's going to spend for you to partner up with us? What can I put in the email? That way, whenever you are ready to do it, I can answer all your questions that you were skeptical about today. Yeah, honestly, Daniel, so like I have 2 kids. It's just a little bit about the timing. Where did the time go? Where did I need some time to think about it? The objection just moved to 2 kids. I don't have time to do this. Now they don't need to think about it. Now I got down to the real objection. See, they said, I don't have the money. I said, yeah, don't even worry about it. We're going to find ways to raise the capital. In the meantime, what can I send you over in an email that you were still a bit skeptical about today? See, I'm giving them the exit because if I give them the exit, I can get the truth on the conversation. I can go back in for one more close. Oh, that's my fault. I forgot to tell you, you know, why our business does so well. I guess the point of this conversation here today, and this won't be the first time that I spend time with you guys. You know what I got like? That you guys have good energy, and I don't mess with people that don't have good energy. So I'm just going to tell you guys, this probably won't be the first conversation. I like the energy inside of today's chat. Like I just like it. You guys are going in the chat. I'm staring at the chat right now. So the point of today's conversation is to be like the lamb. You think like the lion, but you act like the lamb, right? You got the heart of a lion, but you got the words like a lamb. You got the posture like a lamb. It's very like, you could be around me. And I want you to understand that we get paid inside of this business on the amount of attempts. We don't get paid in this business on following up with them a million times. We get paid in this business based on how many attempts you can do on one conversation to get down to the truth. Because the only rule for follow-up is you're following up on the truth. You're not following up on obscurity. Can I say it one more time? The goal in this business is to attempt multiple times in the first interaction to figure out the truth. And then when you figure out the truth and you can't close, then you go into follow-ups. And the only time you follow up with somebody is when you know their truth. You don't follow up and say, hey, are you ready to get started? I'm just checking in. No, we only follow up based on the true objection. That's when you're allowed to follow up with somebody. Follow-up is perfect. The fortune is in the attempts. And then when the fortune isn't in the first close, which not always happens, of course, then the fortune is in the follow-ups. Then you only follow up, the rule of follow-up based on what they said no to you on the first conversation. So you can follow up with that like a strategical salesperson, right? And then you could start going into follow-ups, which we could talk about later too as well. But, hopefully, team, I see a lot of people right now in this chat. Hopefully a lot of this helped you guys. Like, I know this was, I was supposed to go on 30, 40 minutes, but this is fun for me right now. So yes. Oh, by the way, I'm going to also be talking to Sean and Eric in a second right now so we can do some rapid fire between us. I just told Sean that instead of selling you guys something, okay, which I could right now and sell you a book, I said, I will just get everybody in my sales school. Sean is one of my students, by the way, and a gentleman I respect. I'll get everybody in my sales school in the next hour for free. I put the link in the chat, or somebody could put the link in the chat and copy it for everybody on this call. You guys can get in my sales school and just try it out for free. Cancel whenever. It's like $30 a month, but just join it for free. Go into it. I can always train you guys. And I'm going to say one more thing. I got a lot of people in a lot of different industries inside of my school, and whatever the case is, just saying, there's great networks inside of my sales school too as well. Real estate agents, insurance brokers, mortgage brokers. So you guys can all click the link. Sean will drop it somewhere. I put the link in here. You guys can see the link. Oh, there's the link there. You guys can join it right here. So go click it, okay? Boom, you guys got it. And then me and Sean will fire away and we'll do a little bit of Q&A, or Eric, we'll fire away and we can do some Q&A maybe.
All right, man. Wow. That was so good. Daniel, thank you so much. You dropped so much value, and the chat was on fire. And I wish that you can see everyone's facial expressions as you were going through the training, because that was absolutely amazing. And by the way, like Daniel said, I am one of his students in the school. I highly recommend. Obviously, it's not something that's required, but I've definitely been able to get so much value from it, connect with some amazing individuals. And it's free right now. And then, like you said, it's only like $30 a month. So you're not going to find that kind of value anywhere else for that price, just so you guys know. So with that being said, I just want to share, Daniel, 3 of the top things that I got just as a recap. And then I'm going to introduce Eric so that way he can do some rapid fire Q&A. So number 1, if you guys didn't catch it, the 40-20-40, like the hunt is very important. 40%, 20% closing, and then the rest of the 40% being able to build leaders. So valuable. Number 2, you talked about nobody knows your rank. And that's so valuable and so important, because I've only been in this industry for 3 years and people don't know that. And that's the reason why we were able to become the #1 base shop recruiter. We recruited over 900 people in the last 7-8 months. And people don't know, people don't know that we've only been in the industry for a short amount of time, because we don't have to present that to people. We represent ourselves as true professionals, right? And understand that, team. And then lastly, you'll never outperform who you think you will become. So just understand where you're at today is and the work that you do today is going to be a direct reflection of your belief system in the business tomorrow. So with that being said, I just want the opportunity to introduce an amazing individual here to you, Daniel. I know you guys had an opportunity to meet, but we have our CEO on the call right now. And I just want to let you all know, for those of you who are on the training today that haven't had the opportunity to meet him, he has a heart of gold, and he will do everything in his power to see you all win in life. and see you all win in business. And if you haven't had the opportunity to build a genuine relationship and connection with him, just know that it is always in his best interest to see you all win. And everything that he's done and everything that he's doing is for you. And GFI was started and built by agents for agents, and Eric Olson was the best person to do it. He's broke records and he's built the fastest growing financial services agency in the entire world. We have 27,000 brand new agents. We've helped 32,000 new clients in the last 7-8 months, and we're just getting started. And Eric, I love and appreciate you so much. And if you guys can do me a favor and give it up to the one and only, our CEO, Mr. Eric Olson.
We the best! Yeah. We taking over!
All right. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. And Daniel, good to see you, man. Thanks so much for being on tonight. Killed it. And happy birthday, man. That shows your strong work ethic being here on your birthday, man. I see you traveling all over and speaking, and you're truly making a difference. So I respect everything you do, and it makes sense why Sean and Diana Young are #1 as the base shop recruiting in all of GFI, because you're training them, man. You're helping train them. So I appreciate everything you're doing for Sean, and obviously everything you're doing now for GFI. We got a couple thousand people on, and this was kind of a last minute thing. So we're super excited to have you on today. You brought a lot of value and a lot of respect, man. You're only 31. Oh my goodness. And man, that's pretty awesome. My wife actually saw a video of you like 6 months ago. She's like, man, this guy's awesome. Yeah, and she showed it to me, and here we are today. So everything happens for a reason. When we were on Zoom and FaceTime a couple weeks ago, I was in Mississauga, Ontario, Toronto, Canada, and you said that's your hometown. So I have a couple questions for you if you don't mind. But first off, just a lot of respect for all your success, man, and everything you're doing. So it's awesome. So we just opened up GFI Canada. So we're in all 50 states. My wife was born in Mexico. We launched in Mexico. Now we launched in Canada. So what do you have to say about the Canadians, and the market out there in Canada? We're launching GFI Canada. I know a lot of Canadians are on here. Put on the Canadian flag if you're from Canada on the Zoom. Put it on there. So Daniel's from Canada. So what do you got to say about the Canada market? I was just there a couple weeks ago. I'm going to be there again next month. What do you got to say about helping the Canadian market out there, Daniel?
Well, first of all, thank you, Eric, for the introduction and for the wishes. But you know, the reality is this: America has like the American dream, right? Like everybody in America. And by the way, like the American dream isn't even anything crazy, because I was a Canadian. I'm like, what's this American dream all about, right? But I think as Canadians, you know, sometimes the market isn't, you know, it's not so aggressive into the Canadian market. And I think it's our job as professionals to think about what I said in the call in the beginning, when I said, you know, be like the lamb. You know, show people, because like sometimes it's a new industry for people. A lot of people sometimes, even in Canada, or some people don't know what they don't know. So I say, like, you know, your job is not to pressure people to join. The job is just to like ask people better questions to build a sense of urgency, because urgency is done by questions. Pressure is telling somebody to do this. And I know for a fact, because I talked to Sean, Eric, I know for a fact that like, there's some things that people have to not be told. They got to be asked. Meaning like, it's not like, hey, dude, I know, you know, you're good at what you're doing right now at this business or this opportunity, but hey, just quick question for you. Have you ever thought about XYZ? When you tell somebody to do something, they don't do it from natural age, because when our parents tell us to do chores, we don't do them. But when we ask people better questions and we let them come up with the fear of missing out themselves, that's when people start to lean into you. So I think great consultants and business consultants, you know, they don't apply pressure. They ask better questions to plant the seed for people to think about what they're doing right now.
Yeah, that's good. I totally agree. And we're super excited about expanding into Canada. We recruited over 27,000 people in the US in our first 9 months, and we plan on doing that in Canada now in 2025. So you were right on about the best day of the year should be January 1st, especially in our business. which I've trademarked something called inspirational marketing, because we're in spirit with people. We believe in people. We're connecting with people. And we're obviously in the number one highest paid industry in the world, which is financial services. So it's totally true that right now it's like, let's double down in December. Let's finish the year strong. And then January, should be our biggest recruiting month of the whole year. And obviously people are ready to make a change to protect their family and protect their money. Obviously it's a noble thing. So I agree with what you said, that it's the best time ever to be in financial services. I love what you said about it's a double play, that we're getting residuals on our team. We're getting residuals with our clients. That's totally true. But what would you say just in general about the financial services industry? Because if you Google it, what industries created the most millionaires than any other industry in the world? It's financial services. So I agree with you. Why is it such a great place to be in financial services, especially in this era right now?
Okay, here's my third-party view of financial services, and this is the reality. Let's say I'm in a company and we sell coffee. Okay, I'm just gonna give the comparison, the contrast here. If I sell coffee, or I could sell, I don't know, like a trading service, like somebody could trade their money, or I could sell a fitness shake. If the client doesn't see immediate return or satisfaction off this product, they ain't gonna buy it the next month. The important thing about having a solid product is not a product that just people want because it's done on impulse. It's a product that people need for a lifetime. And sometimes you have sales jobs that are impulse sales jobs to get a customer to buy. And that's why I started the conversation, Eric, with saying it's in the 40%. Will they still need it 6 months down the road, right? So you're not selling just a want. That's why I said you have a residual play for your lifetime on the premiums and everything like this, is because it's a need. What many people don't understand is sometimes there's sales businesses where you might be selling a want to somebody, but the moment they don't get immediate results because you were such a great salesperson, they might cancel their subscription or stop it in the next 3 months, right? Are you selling a pen? No. But what I'm selling you guys on your services saying, hey, listen, people actually need something like this for a lifetime. So the lifetime value of a customer is much stronger in this financial industry than any single industry in the world. The lifetime value of the customer is the most important thing inside of sales. It's like the lifetime value. How long, anybody can land a customer once, but how long can you hold on to that customer for a lifetime, right? So, and it's something just everybody needs inside of life. Like I also think one more thing in terms of financial, products and the industry. I think we have a very good conversation with not just people, that haven't made money, but a lot of business owners. Like, I think sometimes we're scared to recruit people that are wealthy, but I have a lot of good friends inside of this industry, and they say, Daniel, we go after everybody because we go after the people that make a lot of money because it's usually their biggest kryptonite, that they make a lot of money. So like, because they know they make a lot, they know they could spend a lot, and they stay on the hamster wheel for the rest of their life. And that's where they get stress, anxiety, depression, suicide. Because the worst thing in the world, and I know this is crazy to think about, but the worst thing in the world is to see yourself at the top and then lose it all. Because it's not depressing when you make money for your whole life. Like, it's sad when somebody makes $1 million in a year and they come out with negative 50,000, which, by the way, is super common with no financial literacy and financial good products and backing. Super common inside a business. Because it becomes a kryptonite because you know how powerful you are inside a business. So if you have a great product and a great service and you could sell it, that's also going to be your kryptonite because you can make it back the next month. So it's not just growth, it's also protection. It's to wake up and know you have a peace of mind. My accountant always says, and my wealth manager says, like, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep and grow, right? So we know that. A handshake lasts a lifetime, yeah.
Oh, that's so good. I totally agree. And, we're not offering accessories, we're offering necessities. And I always tell people, we have a noble profession, right? We're helping families with what's most important to them. They're protecting their family and they're protecting their money. And so obviously that's super, super important for everybody. So I love that. That's really good stuff. So Daniel, watching some of your YouTube videos and some of your social media, I love when you get fired up, when you get intense, when you get excited. So I'm going to do my best 30 seconds to be intense, and then I want you to do your best. We'll do a little tag team, right? I'll open, you close.
All right, let's go.
All right, are you ready? All right, I'm gonna start mine, and then you gotta start on your birthday, man. This is your birthday.
I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm already fired up. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm fired up.
I don't know either. I'm just gonna freestyle. Let's do this. All right, so I'll start, and then you finish. All right, so. Would you agree that everything happens for a reason? Hey, I know you've had a tough life, but it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. Because a setback is a good time for a comeback. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I don't know about you, but man, my whole life I wanted to be somebody, man. My whole life I want to do something big. And guess what? I found GFI. My entire life is about to change. Everything happens for a reason. You're supposed to be here. Let's do this. Daniel, on you.
I can't top it off, but what I'm going to say is this. There is going to be no millionaire created inside of this business right now on this call unless you practice being a millionaire inside of your own head. There is no millionaire that happens by accident. Millionaires practice and rehearse becoming millionaires. You don't just become a millionaire by accident. You rehearse it a million times in your head that when it happens and people edify you, you look to the right and you look to the left and you say, this was supposed to happen. Don't clap. It's already happened a million times. You call your banker and you deposit a check of $2 million. He says, it doesn't exist, Daniel. And you just tell him, I'm just telling you the future in advance so I can go through the repetition of how it feels like becoming a millionaire. So every single person on this call, you practice becoming a millionaire and then it just happens. Eric, I appreciate you.
That's it. No, I love that, man. I love that. Hey, whoever wants it the most is going to get it. Simple as that. That's simple as that. I love that. So just a couple more questions.
That was fun.
A couple more questions, if you don't mind, Daniel. You're a young guy. I started when I was 21. When did you start in sales? What age were you?
True selling for a company, 14.
Wow. That's why you're so good, man. What would you say?
Sales company.
Yeah, I'm 42 now. I've been doing this 21 years. What would you say anybody, let's say under 40, they're in their 20s, they're in their 30s, they're trying to get this thing rolling. Everybody says, are you 18? You know, you look too young to do financial services. What would you say to anybody under 40 that's trying to become successful? What advice do you have for them?
You know, leverage the credibility of the success that your company already has. Meaning like, you know, if you don't have credibility inside of the business, just remember, like the products that are what back you guys is actually strong financial products. It's what backs you guys. So like, even if you don't have 25 years in the game, guys, listen, I started training sales. Many people don't know this, like full time at 24. So imagine a sales trainer going inside of an organization saying, by the way, I'm going to train your salespeople better than they've ever been trained inside of their life. And people are looking at me and saying, hey, dude, we're 50. You're not even my son's age. What the heck are you going to train us? Right? But it all goes out the window because skill sets drive the car and the ego rides shotgun. So as long as you know your business best, how to sell your products the best, and how to consult people the best, age doesn't matter because there's an 18-year-old out there that created an app for $1 billion. And I also say this on the flip side, that there's somebody old maybe inside of the company, not old, but 65 saying, hey, I can't do this because my time is wasted. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The person that's 18 thinks they're too young, and the person that's 65 thinks they're too old. Isn't that funny? Like life is just, when you're going to get rid of the lid, because you have no lid in one area of your life, but you have a lid on another area of your life. There's a guy at the gym that might be a millionaire and has a Ferrari and goes inside of the gym and says, man, I can never be jacked like that guy. And then there's a guy at the gym that's pushing 400 pounds on the bench press and sees the guy that has $1 million and a nice Lamborghini and says, man, I can never be rich like that guy. Isn't that interesting that they've uncovered one lid inside of their life? So, you know, there might be something inside of your head where it's, you know, it's just inside of your own head, and just go look at somebody that has a result that's at your young age that you want inside of the business, and it's done.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, age is only a number in the absence of value. You know, it's so good. So good. And a lot of respect for what you've done at such a young age. It's pretty awesome. My next question, I see you flying all over the place. You're working hard. You're after it. What would you say about increasing your capacity, increasing your work ethic, right? Because at the end of the day, if you want it, you got to work hard. And I see you working hard. So what advice do you have on that? Increasing your capacity and increasing your work ethic?
Yeah, I think, you know, your brain never knows how much it's worth until you stretch it, right? Like, you know, It just goes for everything in life. People don't see their potential because they never stretch their days. They don't want to stretch it too far. I say stretch until life punches you in the face. Life will tell you when to calm down. Life will tell you when to stop. Life will tell you when you push your limits. Life will tell you when to sleep. But most people never get to that. They never see how much they're worth because they never stretched it. Like for example, I like running, and I was on the treadmill in Mississauga because it's cold this week, and I never run on the treadmill, but I ran fast this time. I just lightly jog, and I ran fast. I'm like, let me try to sprint on this treadmill for 25 minutes, and I did it. So today I'm back home in South Florida, and I'm running fast. I never even knew I can run fast for 25 minutes. I thought I can only jog slow. Today I ran fast. I said, isn't it funny how we never know what we're capable of until we stretch it, and then you see your potential, number one. And then number two, the goal is just to realize your progression, because I think fulfillment comes from when you've seen how much you grow. Because when you're stuck in the chase for the rest of your life and you're stuck in the chase for money and you don't realize how much you grow, you're never happy. The goal is to see how much you've grown, because nobody can ever monitor your own internal progression but yourself. You got to know you're winning when nobody else sees you winning. Like, you got to know the bank account's going up by $5, even though it's not a lot to show off to the outer world. You got to see your growth in caterpillar mode when nobody else can see it but you. Eventually, you're the butterfly and everybody sees it. But the ability to compliment yourself in small growth and hold on to those small wins is that you know everybody's going to compliment you when you're the butterfly. I think people get demotivated when they're pushing so hard and they feel like they got to show off, but you don't got to show off. It's like, you know you're growing when nobody else can see you growing. So that's my advice for pushing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, so you're 31. It's your birthday. What would your 31-year-old self tell your 14-year-old self when you started in sales that would get you to where you're at right now in half the time? What do you wish someone would have told you to get where you're at in half the time?
No, it's going to be done. And it's not a what if. Like, I wish I told myself, like, it took me about, and guys, this is I don't really answer this question like this, but it took me 6 years to find my identity inside of my business. My identity, like knowing that I already have it all. Like, I was always trying to fake it like somebody else. And there was always this thing that I couldn't push. And just about like 4 or 5 years ago, I told myself that it's already done inside of the future. Before, I was trying to like, I have anxiety about my business. So when you know it's already done, you work in confidence and you don't work in anxiety and nervousness and scarcity. When you know that you have enough, you're in the right company, you have all the right skill sets, you work in complete confidence. Many people build this business in anxiety, not knowing if it's going to happen inside of the future, right? So like I was building like that for the first 6 years of my business. And then I said, well, you know what? How about if I just know it's a guarantee, but the money just has to, catch up? Like, how about if I know it's going to happen, but whether it happens now or whether it happens tomorrow, it really doesn't matter because I'm not retiring if it happens now. So let me just keep working. So I'll keep sprinting every single day, but I'm going to play this game of business because it's beautiful. We're not models and we're not sports players. So we're going to be in this till the day we're 85 because our clients are going to pay us and their kids are going to pay us forever. So are we thinking about quitting tomorrow? Because if you think about quitting tomorrow, then this is not the right business for you. But you guys got to understand the odds that you guys are in. Number one, you could do this to the day you're 85. That's the first confidence that I have. Like, that's the first beautiful thing. Like, it might be too old to become a professional soccer player, but you could become a financial service professional at the age of 37. I think that's cool. Like, that is so freaking cool. Number one, you guys could choose to become freaking professionals tomorrow morning. You can't choose to become you could choose to become a freaking professional direct sales rep, network marketer in the morning. Number two, right? You also have to realize that the odds of you getting paid inside of this industry, even when you're in top 50, is so much better than being top 50 in any other industry, like a soccer player or basketball player. If you're top 50 in Orlando and you're not on the Magic, you're not making the Magic at top 50, you're playing the D League, you're getting $50,000 to $60,000. Dude, you're top 50 in this company, you're making money. Just letting you guys know. So like, isn't that so cool to know that when we actually hit the cream of the crops inside of the company and there's so much money, guys, you don't have to print money and create money. Everybody has it. It's about talking to people.
Right. That's so good. Well, I want you to know, Daniel, you got it, man. I know you wanted to have it 6 years ago. Well, you got it now. So that's for sure. And, that's so awesome. With any company, if they don't stand for something, they'll fall for anything. So in GFI, what we stand for is the 5 Fs: faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. We believe that if anybody is a part of GFI, those 5 F's will get better. And what is faith? It's the opposite of fear. And so if you got faith in yourself and you got faith in the company, guess what? You're going to be successful. So last question for you, Daniel. This has been so good and you've done such a great job. So last question for you. I love asking this question because it helps a lot of people. If you were to start all over tomorrow, knowing what you know now with all your wisdom and experience in sales, what would a couple of things you would do differently to help you become way more successful even earlier than you are now?
Tell the people above me thinking, not having the fear that I had to be at their level before starting to sell them. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways I had right now. It's like, don't overjudge people, because the people even that you think are above you, they still walk around with a sign on their head saying, I wish somebody understood me. And when you can identify that as a human, that every single person walks around with a sign on their head saying, I wish somebody understood me, you will go up and talk to a lot more people. Because every single millionaire that I met today still has problems inside of life. That's it. Like, they still have problems and they still need help. They still need safety, security. They still might want to transition. So I always said to myself, I'm like, why did I think they were different than me? Because now that I sit down at these tables with these people, they have more problems than I have now inside of life. The problems don't disappear. So I just wish, like, I knew that everybody walks around with a sign on their head saying, please understand me and please help me. And a conversation is just good enough. And this business is not a closing business, it's just a conversation business. The more conversations you have, the more conversions you have, the more closing, the more customers you have. So that's it. That's what I would tell myself.
That's awesome. I love that. I studied a guy who's now a billionaire who started in our business. And he said, everybody has a big bubble above their head that says, tell me something good, make me feel special, compliment me, just like the Starbucks girl you were talking about earlier. So I love that. So good, man. I really appreciate you, Daniel, for being on today on your birthday. That just shows how studly you are. I'm building a home in Florida, so I'll be out to see you soon, and obviously in Canada as well. But you brought a lot of value today to GFI. I appreciate that. A lot of people are signing up for your course right now, which I see. And thanks for bringing value, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Eric. And team, we're going to do something together soon. We're going to convince Eric. Hey, Eric, we're going to do a big convention together soon. We're going to blow the roof off, guys, in 2025. We're going to do something in 2025 and blow the roof off together. So go blow up Eric and Sean. Be like, if you don't get this guy, we need help. We're going to do something big in 2025. I'm all about collaborating, and just like, there's so much money in the world and I'm abundant that it's like, there's no shortage of people and money. So I'm excited to keep pouring into you guys. And thank you, Eric, for having me and trusting me with your community. It means a lot. And by the way, I just want to say this too as well. Like, guys, look at the leadership, not just from leadership standpoint, from corporate standpoint. You know, they know where they're headed because they're doing things like this right now. And they're not saying, oh, we got to put our people in this. No. They're like, we'll invest into the growth of our organization because we know where we're headed in the future. And they still got the hunger in their eyes. Doesn't matter how much money Eric has made inside the past. So I appreciate you guys. And I can't wait to see you guys again in the future. Thank you, Eric and Sean, for setting this up.
Absolutely. Thank you, Daniel. Good stuff. Awesome. Hey, post your golden nugget for Daniel to see. Post on the Zoom webinar chat. What was your number one golden nugget that you learned from Daniel? Please go ahead and post that. What did you like? What did you learn? What did you notice? What did you observe? Post that in the Zoom webinar chat. That way he can see exactly what you learned. Go follow him on social media. And appreciate Daniel for bringing value. And, you know, he talked about big events. You guys know this week is our big event in Monterey, California. Who's excited about the Impact Leadership Conference? I'm actually heading to Monterey tomorrow. Super excited. We have 2,000 of our top leaders that are going to be in Monterey, California. Our big event is Saturday and Sunday for a couple thousand people. Friday night is for all of our MDs and above, marketing directors and above, and all of our VIPs this Friday night, which is going to be incredible. And we have a lot of big announcements. We have some awesome wow factors. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And then next year, we're doing a big convention in Las Vegas, Nevada for 10,000 people. Should we bring Daniel G to that one? The one with 10,000 people in Las Vegas next summer? We might just do that. So very, very exciting. By the way, I can't wait to unveil and launch the new ownership program of GFI. We are officially launching it this Thursday at our leadership meeting, and then we're going to be launching to everybody on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. We have the great Steve Siebold, mental toughness coach, flying in as a guest speaker. We have Christy Gaines, Olympic gold medalist. She's going to be speaking to us. We have billionaires and CEOs and founders of companies coming in. We have Don Yeager, who just interviewed Deion Sanders, who's a Sports Illustrated just champion and author. He's going to be flying in. We have all of our millionaires in GFI. They're going to be coming in and training. So it's just going to be awesome. They say you can't change people, but you can bring people to life-changing events. And this weekend, Monterey, California, right by Pebble Beach, is going to be a life-changing event in every single way. So I hope you didn't just have an October, but you had a Shocktober. I hope you didn't just have a November, but you had a November to remember. Daniel was talking about people making big money in our company, in our industry. There's people making 100,000 a year. There's some people making 100,000 a quarter. There's some people making 100,000 a month. And then there's some people like Matthew and Allie Welsh making $100,000 a week. And then there's people like Sean Young recruiting 100 people per month, which is awesome. So I want everybody to think bigger and believe faster. GFI is not just global financial impact, but it's God-favored individuals. And when God is for you, who can be against you? So you're in the right place at the right time with the right company and the right leadership. People need our help. We are doing good things for families. We're protecting people's families. We're protecting people's money, and we're going to go change the world. Wait till you hear our big announcement this weekend. Oh my gosh, you'll never be the same. We're going to go recruit 1 million people. We're going to pay out $500 million in payroll next year, and I want you to be a part of it. We're looking for leaders, and you're the next big leader in GFI. Last thing, we're creating an entrepreneurship movement here in GFI. We're going to create more millionaires in this company than any other company in the world. We're record breakers. We're history makers. We're world shakers, and you're a part of it. Thank you so much for being on tonight. Millionaire Monday. Hope to host you very soon when you're a millionaire in GFI. We'll see you guys this weekend. We love you. We appreciate you, and have a great night.